Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Managing 3-PAR Storage for Enterprise Services. I will be your instructor this week over the next 4 days. My name's Karen Von Hayden. I've been with the company for about 16 years. I've been teaching 3-PAR since L&D took it over. So hopefully we'll have a good, entertaining course over the next 4 days. We will be performing lab exercises as groups using equipment located in the HP Virtual Lab environment. So what we will be covering this week is a brief description of the HP 3-PAR disk array hardware and architecture. We'll describe virtual volume concepts and configuring and managing the HP 3-PAR disk array. This will include installing the tools that we'll be using to manage that array, creating virtual volumes and presenting them out to not only a Windows host, but there is also an HP UX host in everyone's lab group. We'll describe the software that supports the product, features available in the HP 3-PAR OS 3.1.2. This is the general audience release that we'll be discussing. We'll also be discussing System Reporter 3.1, as well as the various features of the 3-PAR disk array. There are several recommended course prerequisites that should have been completed. This particular slide includes the prerequisites that are for most of our general storage training delivery. So if you have not completed these, we do recommend you go back and complete these courses. When we talk about various 3-PAR courses, there are approximately 200 different offerings available on 3-PAR training today. So the next few slides just go through and give you some recommendations for additional training that you can enhance your knowledge around the 3-PAR environment, servicing the 3-PAR environment, as well as managing it. One of the links that you may find very helpful is the Service Media Library, which that is actually identified on this slide for the field replaceable units and videos there about in part locations. Other related courses are around some software tools that we have. They're called Recovery Manager. There are 3 varieties that have been released right now. They are 2-day virtual courses. There's Recovery Manager for Oracle and System Reporter, Recovery Manager for SQL and Microsoft Exchange, and Recovery Manager for vSphere. So if you will have those in your portfolios, I would recommend completing those courses after you have completed this course. With each release of the array, there are various recordings available that go through what has changed or been updated with the 3-PAR array. So here's a list of a few of the things that came out when we released the P10000, which is now called the StoreServe 10,000 family, as well as the InformOS 3.1.1. So if you have not attended those, I would recommend going back and getting a little history. There are various locations where we can get additional information around the 3-PAR environment. There are publicly available documents as well as internal-only documents. Customers do have access to the documentation located off of hp.com. There are individual quick specs for each 3-PAR array. There are data sheets as well. There are many white papers related to solutions with the 3-PAR array, as well as case studies. And of course, there's warranty and support information as well. Internally, we have a startup and delivery SharePoint that goes through all of the details for the various offerings that we provide for customers. One of those would be the installation and startup service delivery guide. There is an upgrade service delivery guide, as well as many other offerings around the 3-PAR array. Each individual array does have a service manual that is specific to that hardware. You can locate that information off of the Service Access Workbench. And there are many user guides. So For an example, we have a user guide for the management console, a user guide for the system reporter tool. There's user guides for remote copy, just to name a few. There's some links to some external websites that you might find helpful around the 3-par array. Externally, we have access to the single point of connectivity website. That does not contain any of the internal only documents, so if you're looking for something that is only available internally that would be related to the single point of connectivity information, please ensure that you're accessing that while you're inside the corporate network. Okay, so let's get started.